and welcome once again, fellow girls, guys, and gaming fans to Conan Exiles. I'm Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for this video today. And we are post-patch. We've got the Frozen North expansion, yeah, many of you out there will already know about this. In fact, you'll probably know more about the expansion than I do myself. Over the last couple of days since I came back from my holiday, I've been trying to refamiliarize myself with the game because a lot has changed, including some of the key bindings and controls. Not least, instead of a hotbar, we now have this radial hotbar, and I'm not absolutely sure how much I like it, to be quite honest. I'm finding it quite faffy, quite fiddly, quite difficult to deal with. But I do like the fact that dodging is now far easier to do just by pressing the B button in my case. If you're using a keyboard, I guess it's probably different, but that is easier to do if provided you have the stamina to do it. So, a little bit of stuff about the patch then, obviously, and again, apologies if you actually could tell me about this rather than the other way around, but just in case anybody hasn't played it yet, the Frozen North doesn't just give us the Frozen North. We have, obviously, right at the north of the map there, we have this big field of ice with a massive, huge crater in it as well, actually, so that looks quite dramatic. And I'm assuming that that is going to be the most difficult area of the game to explore. We're going to requiring sort of different approach and sort of obviously some rather heavier clothing. And then it looks like we've got a region of tundra and possibly a region of forest as well, so maybe that's intermediate, and we are now the starting area, and then where we are now is desert, which actually is pretty hot and pretty dry. So basically you need an awful lot of water, and you need to try and regulate your body temperature, and I'm just kind of learning how on earth we're supposed to do that. So, certain areas of the map, the devs have said themselves that certain areas of the map will be prohibitively hot and or cold, and so it's probably best not to spend too much time there. Unfortunately, I suspect mine is one of those. I spend most of my time, even if I'm indoors, sometimes in Overheat 3, which is not great. But once you've established a base, it's a little bit hard to just walk away from it. To be fair, those of us that built high up and suddenly find ourselves roasting our butts off all the time, there's not a lot we can really do about that, realistically. So there we go. So a couple of things about the update then. Obviously, we've got the new regions of the map. That brings with it new weather types, which I assume snow, rain. We're only going to see that up here. We're going to get rain here and snow in the highlands. That is my assumption. We ain't going to be seeing either of those here in the desert. So that, new creatures, obviously, and new wildlife as well. We've got bears, deer, boar, wolves, mammoths, which I assume probably going to be up there somewhere, and then sort of, I don't know, giants, yetis, I don't know what else. Lots of exotic new wildlife to kill us, although I assume the deer won't kill us. I assume we can kill them. And then obviously, yeah, we'll need new clothing, and there's new weapons available as well, but it's mostly the new clothing we're going to require if we head north to be able to survive up there. So there's all sort of fur stuff and things, but we'll have a look at recipes in a moment because there's some new ones that I want to learn. And we're going to have to reset our attributes and redistribute those as well. So anything else new? Well, yeah, we've got some new building blocks and things. You can make stuff out of black ice, but I'm assuming, much as I'd love the radiated cool, I'm assuming we're not going to be able to do that in the desert because it will just melt, and that, even if that wasn't the case, we probably just wouldn't be able to actually get our hands on any ice. Where are you going to find ice in the desert? Not easy. Okay, so obviously we've got the temperature system, which is going to be the most challenging item, really, the challenging aspect. There's some new items as well, but as I say, we'll look at those in our. Just take a bit of a drink and try. You see, this is what I find with the radial thing. Every time I try and take a drink, I end up picking my axe up instead, which is quite annoying, I have to say. Okay, so I'll go back into first person mode because it's less annoying. And we're going to have to hit level up. Now, you'll notice I am level 99. Yes, I had to remove my level 100 mod because it was causing CTD on startup. Unfortunately, I hadn't attained level 100 by the time I did that, which meant that, yeah, I'm stuck on level 99 now, but hey, I haven't lost that level, and therefore I'm quite grateful for that It's a bit screwy, really. I was expecting to go by default back to level 50, but hey-ho. Okay, so we're going to reset attributes. There we go. And then we've got all of those to respend. And basically, we are going to need more in survival now because presumably metabolized food, but presumably it's going to mean that I'm less likely to need water as well. So right away, I'm going to stick a healthy whack into there. I think we had 22 before. So I'm going to stick that up to 30 or thereabouts. I need my encumbrance to go up as well. I don't know. We'll try a base rate of about 30 for that as well. We're going to need my vitality to go up as well. So I'll stick up. Yeah, that looks like I'm dying now, but I'm not really. We'll put that up to 32. My strength is fairly important to me as well, so I'll put that up to 30. There we go. And then agility and accuracy, people tell me we really don't need those, but we know we need grit, so we'll stick that up to 30 as well. And then there we go, we'll put some more in those that are really going to be useful to us, and I think possibly survival and grit, I think probably as well, so I'll put that to 40 because we know we need that for climbing. I had it on 75 or something really high before, but I'm going to put survival on 35 and we'll see if it makes any difference to us. And then 40 strength. My vitality could do with going up a bit as well if we can. And I'm going to try leaving accuracy and agility at 0 to see if that makes any difference. There we go, that's done. So I've got 1 in agility and 1 in accuracy, and then everything else is on 45 and upwards. So we've got 50 in grit, 45 in survival, encumbrance and strength, and vitality of 47. So we'll see how we do with that. And then if we look at our recipes, we've got I've had to reset all of these as well, so there's some I haven't reset, but there are some new ones that I'm going to want to learn. Just before we do that, if we look in my chest here now, I don't know how this used to be before. We've had a couple of patches, I think, since while I've been away, so this has come out, it's been patched. One thing that we have to pay close attention to is this. So you can see my beloved setite gear here. I've taken that off because that actually has a heat increase rating. Only of 1 out of 5 bars, so that's not great, but it's still going to make us hotter to wear that. And actually I was cooler once I stripped off and was wearing no underwear at all, which is kind of bizarre, but there you go. But the interesting thing is that the medium armour and the heavy armour I'm wearing does not seem, unless it's invisible, does not seem to have any effect on temperature whatsoever. So that is kind of strange. So I am currently wearing my heavy armour, and it needs repairing. But yeah, that does not seem to have any effect on my temperature. If I take these off now, just for experimental reasons. Now I'm overheating 2 here, so without even moving, if I put those back on, I am still overheating 2, and it looks to me as if the temperature gauge up at the top left hand corner looks the same as when I wasn't wearing them at all. So I don't think that actually makes any difference. No, that makes no difference whatsoever, unless it's that absolutely tiny weeny amount. I don't think it's... Yeah, I think... is the temperature going up a little bit? No, it's going down a bit. It depends on where I'm standing in the room, which is quite strange. So there you go. Okay, so the armour that we're wearing doesn't seem to make any difference, but I think it did to begin with. So maybe that's been patched out. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so... we've got some new recipes, and I keep pressing the wrong button there, and we're not going to learn all of them because I'm not sure quite what's going to be useful to us at this point. So new stuff we've got there, we've got a fisher, which means we've got fishing traps which we can use to gather oil, and we've got beekeeping stuff as a beekeeping... There we go, a beehive there, so we can gather honey, and there's various different tiers of these, of course. We've got a fluid press so that we can pulp berries, so we should be able to find berries both in the desert and in the highlands in the north now to gather to make berry pulp. from which we can then craft beer. So we've got brewing. It's not just beer, we've got wine and mead and stuff as well, which I'm sure confers some nice buffs, but at the same time very, very expensive to craft, so not sure I can really be bothered at this point investing in that. We might do at some point in the future, but not right now. Right now what we want to do is see if we can get anything that's going to give us any survival advantages in our hot position here in the desert. Grinder. Well, it looks like a quernstone, but I'm not sure what exactly we're supposed to do with that. Dryer. Drying rack for drying. Not my clothes, presumably, for preserving food, which might not be a bad plan. A preservation box, a cold box for preserving. Sounds like a good plan to me, actually. So I might just unlock that. That would be quite good, but I'm guessing we're going to need some ice for that. Where are we going to get ice in the desert? Don't know. There's probably ways and means. Fur clothing. We're going to need some of that as and when we go north. Right now, not really. Altar to Ymir. Now that we definitely want, but we're going to need our tier 1 altar to Ymir first, aren't we? Where is that? There it is. Here we go. And that allows us to create Hoarfrost hatchet, dangerously cold to the touch. That means I can't use it? No, maybe it will cool me down. Oh, frozen water, so we can make some ice. So maybe we can make ice for our icebox. Nice. We're definitely having that. There will be a teacher to Ymir somewhere, but we can always reset our attributes, so it's no biggie. Every patch does that for me regardless. Let's just have a look. Where's the next altar to Ymir? And what advantage does that give us? Here they all are. Second tier, bloodied altar. Winter's Majesty, a coronal radiating winter's chill. That might be quite good then. A chest piece protects one with a frost giant's might. Gauntlets are giving icy touch. Well, I don't know what these are going to require us to... I don't know what we're going to be able to make these out of. What resources. But it sounds to me like those might be pretty handy for us, actually, because we might be able to craft those. If we can craft those, then that might be an armor that has a bit of heat resistance for us, because it seems to me like it's probably going to be more used to us in the desert than it is here. This one, than it is in the north. Glacial crack, black ice. So that's how we're going to make black ice buildings, I guess. Statue of Ymir. Okay, I'm not going to unlock the third one. I think it's probably going to be more useful for us to craft the... Oh look, black ice. Black ice stuff. Yeah, as I say, don't think building out black ice is going to help us over much at this point. Alright, so we want to make a couple of items then. Iron brazier. Oh, that's new. Okay, we've got some new recipes here. How do we make this? So we need 2 black ice. Oh my goodness. Okay, so actually we are going to need black ice for that. So we're going to need our 3rd level of Ymir altar, but let's try and make the first one first. What's this? Rawhide bedroll. Okay, that looks a little different now too. And then sealed water skins. Actually, we want to make quite a lot of water skins. That's another plan I have, because we're going to need to carry a lot more water with us now and not just rely on filling up at a river. Okay, so I've got a bunch of twine and I've got some hides there, so I'm going to make as many water skins as I can with that. Where are my water skins? But first let's make our Ymir altar. We're going to need 25 twine for that, so I'm going to need to get some wood and I'm going to need to get some stone. Hello, stone. And we've got plenty of that here. Here we go. And I think it was about 360 or something stone. Quite a lot of stone. And then we're going to need wood, and I know I've got some wood in here. I'm not sure how much I need. What do we need? There we go. Craft 1. Go! There we are. Lovely. And then we're going to make water skins. And we can make 12 of those, which is great. So I'm going to make 12 of those. And we've now got our little statue of, well, our little altar to Ymir. So we'll have to place that somewhere. But first of all, we're going to see if we can fill these water skins which could take a little bit of doing. Now that's that one filled, but there must be a quicker way of doing this because it's just crazy. There we go. There we go. That one's now full, but the only way I can actually tell if one's full or not is by doing that. And I can't see if it's full from my inventory, which is really unhelpful actually. And this is actually really, really slow. So if anybody knows of any way to do this faster and to actually be able to see what on earth you're doing, please do let me know, because I've no idea if I'm doing this incorrectly. Wow, that took a crazily long time. Okay, so, but at the end of that, I am at least going to be able to have a few water skins in here. Now, I don't know. I assume that they're filled now. I really do, but I'm not absolutely sure. In fact, let's keep one of them on us. That's probably going to be a good idea, isn't it? So now we're a little bit more prepared for adventure and hopefully to survive around here. But we will find somewhere to set up our altar to Ymir as well. And again, that is probably going to have to be outside of here, the same as we did. But let's go out the side. Let's go out the side gate. And we're going to have to set it up outside the same as we did with our Mitra altar. We've got our Mitra altar over there, and looking at how big it is, I don't know, are we going to be able to fit another altar in the same vicinity? We might be able to. We might be able to. Let's just see. There we go. Now, how big is this? Woo! Huge. Okay. Let's just turn this around. Too close to another type, of course it is. So we're going to have to put this the other side. Oh my goodness, that in my face is really helpful. We have to put this around the other side. Okay, looks like there's a teeny weeny place here where I can place it, where it will go. There. So I might just put it there. There we go. There it is. Lovely. Fantastic. Now, let's see. Venerate the gods. Okay, so we can create ice. And the upgrade is going to require, yeah, 30 manifestations of zeal, ice shards. I don't know how we get ice shards. Probably by hitting things with the axe, alright? Yeah, that's how it normally works. 350 and... Okay, so to make one of these we need iron bars and branches. So that's not particularly expensive, is it? And what I'm hoping is that that is actually going to give me a little bit of a buff against heat as well. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case, but it would be nice. We're going to give it a try anyway and see. So we need branches and iron bars, and not that many of them at that. Okay, here we go. So we've got branches, we've got iron bars. I can make 5. I only need 1, thank you very much. So we'll make 1 of these. There we go, and we'll see how that goes. Let's just see. There's my temperature. Let's see if we can place that there. Right. Oh, that didn't work. And then if I equip that, does my temperature go down? No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. But I'm assuming that this will, if I kill things with it or harvest corpses with it, I will get ice shards. That is what I am assuming. So that will then help me to put ice shards in here. What else do we need in order to upgrade this? We can make ice shards. Okay, yes, so obviously we need ice shards to make ice, and we're going to need various things, and we're going to need manifestations of zeal as well in order to upgrade that. Okay, fine, right, I'm getting this. Now, in order to make my ice box, For preserving food, I need black ice. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Black ice, and only 2 and hardened steel bars. So there's a whole new tier now, which is hardened steel, not just steel, but hardened steel. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, now, do I have my bow and arrow here? Yes, I do. Is it actually... Okay, I think maybe I need to... How am I supposed to get these onto my bow? Because I can't drag and drop anymore, so... How do I do that? That is quite annoying. How am I supposed to do that? I don't know. Okay, looks to me like we're not actually... There we go. Now we can do it. So basically, there we go. We have to unequip it in order to be able to put it in our inventory. Oh. Ah, there we go. Actually, we've done that. That's fine. Okay, I'm not quite... Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, so we're going to go hunting for a couple of bandits. There's one floating in midair down there. Don't you just love bugs? We're overheating 2. Overheating 1. Okay, so that tells us, doesn't it? It is definitely hotter up there by our base, which is highly inconvenient, quite honestly. But I want to check and see if I can get... And now I'm not even overheating at all. How annoying. So we're probably going to make a new base for ourselves. Find other exiles. What, you mean these guys that are going to shoot me now? Oh my goodness. Okay, shoot an enemy. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was actually working for a sec. That's brilliant, isn't it? I can't actually move. Okay. Okay, for some reason... Wow, okay. I am seriously not blooming moving here, and I'm not quite sure why. Win a fight. Yes, I've managed to do that, unfortunately. Okay, maybe that whole accuracy thing does make a difference now. Perhaps it does. He's stuck in midair, which is kind of weird. Okay, he's bugged out, which makes this a bit of an easy fight. Okay, why am I grunting like I'm in pain? That is just stupid. Okay, now I need this. Alright, I'm not quite sure what was happening just then. Human flesh. Okay, all I got was human flesh. Yo! Human flesh. Yeah, I'm not getting ice shards out of these guys. Am I supposed to kill them with the axe? Oh look, he's got some stuff on him actually. He's actually got some worthwhile stuff to loot. But I don't think... Human flesh. Right, okay, that is not really helping. Okay, they've actually got some halfway decent stuff on them. I don't want your grubs though. So, maybe I have to kill them with this. This is just getting me a load of human flesh, which isn't what I want. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a bit of research and see how this works. Oh, look at this. Arrows. Dried berries. Coal. Iron bars. Okay. Whatever. I'll steal a bit of that, but most of it's not really worthwhile. So maybe I have to kill somebody with the axe. And it's got an arrow in it as well. It's got an arrow poking through it. Or is that supposed to be there? That spike. I have no idea. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to see if I can kite one of these guys. And I'm going to see if I can hit him and kill him with... He's probably not going to kite because he's a... Oh, he is going to kite. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. Okay. Yeah, great, great. Okay, this isn't really killing him, is it? I'm gonna die before he does at this rate. Will you just die, pal? No, that did not get me any ice shards. I think maybe I have to hit water. Now that would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make sense. Do I have to hit water in order to get... Right, let's try this. Let's try this. I'm just going to have some food and have some water, and I can fill my... I'm going to go into third person just because, yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure what was going on with the bow there, but I seem to move really, really slowly. I've got an arrow in my hand, which is quite... I know we automatically unequip things when we sprint now, and that's fine. The other thing is the camera keeps going really, really far away. Okay, so I want my ice axe. Yeah, this would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it, than getting ice from people. Okay. No, this is still not doing it though. I mean, after all, how can I hit water? Alright, this is going to take some... This is going to take a bit of research, I think, to work out exactly how this is... No, I don't want that axe. I want that. Okay, there we go. And now I'm cold! Wowzer! Would you credit it? Okay, health damage 8, armor penetration, low grade tool. Yes, tool. But for what? And I do have an arrow in my hand. I think that is probably that is definitely a bug. Okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this axe in point of fact. So, yeah, there we go. I have got an arrow in my hand permanently. That is going to annoy me in third or first person. And I'm now actually cold, but I dare say I'll be burning my bum off again by the time we get back to base. Alright, so I'm going to have to find out exactly how that is supposed to get me any shards of ice. Perhaps it will only do so from certain entities or something. I have no idea. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get those shards of ice. Maybe not with the axe at all, but I don't know. It's quite strange. Anyway, so we're going to have to find out about that. In the meantime, we're just going to have to, yeah, survive the best we can up here, I think. But I think in the near future we will try going, and so we'll see if we can travel, even without a mount, all the way up to our... To the north region. So maybe in the next episode we'll have a little go at that and see how we do. Have I got this gate here open as well? Look at that, leaving all the doors open. How horrendous. There we go. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It's been a little bit sort of we've been hopping about a little bit because I've been trying to work out what's going on, and with all the changes and things, that's quite difficult to deal with as well. We've got our new altar of Ymir. I don't know if it'll really give us any advantage particularly. I don't know if there's any sort of clothing that we are going to be able to equip to be able to survive better. We've got Demon Fire Orb, which is kind of, it's a throwing weapon. We've got a load of human flesh. Yeah, I'm not really sure that any of that is going to be particularly helpful to us at this point, so I'm just going to put some of this stuff away. And then we've got a breathing potion, which presumably, yeah, for underwater breathing, so that's going to go in here with my other potions. There we are. And yeah, as for the rest, I don't know. So a little bit more of a learning process needed here, I think. Meanwhile, I'm overheating 3, so let's get in shelter so that I'm not. There we go. It doesn't seem to have too much of an effect on me when I'm overheating, I have to say. I'm not sure if that's intended or not, but I'm trying to avoid it in any case. Okay, guys, I'm sure we'd have a heat stroke and die if we got too hot, so that is one to watch out for, I think. And ultimately, yeah, we'll probably head up here. This nice green region looks like, you know, a bit friendly, and it's not that far from where we are, so we should be able to make it. It's not like we have to go from all the way down the south part of the map. So maybe in the next episode we'll check that out. That'll be something interesting to do, won't it? Something a little bit different. But in the meantime, we are dealing with bugs. We're dealing with, yeah, user error and just basically not quite knowing what I'm doing. So do bear with me and keep on giving me your advice and hints and tips, because at this point I need them more than ever. So if you're more familiar with the new mechanics, do let me know if there's any particular gear we do need to regulate body temperature. I haven't quite worked that one out yet, yeah, I will try and work out how we use that act and how we get ice shards, because it looks like we're going to need them for one thing or another. Okay, guys, so as I said before, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to let me know. Hit that like button, and as ever, keep your hints, tips and comments coming. And I do hope you'll join me in the next episode of Conan Exiles. Until then, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye bye for now.